Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is super exciting. I am on vacation. I am visiting my sister and my brother-in-law in Montreal, Canada, which is so fun. I love being here. It's such an amazing city. And so I'm gonna be taking a couple days just kind of as a self-care trip. My sister and my brother-in-law are obviously still working during the day, and so until I get to hang out with them in the evenings, I'm just going to go to cafes, read, maybe do some thrifting, look for some used books. I don't know, just like have a good time. I'm really excited about just having a bit of a break from working several jobs and just kind of always kind of on the hustle. So yeah, I figured I might just vlog some of it. I don't know how much I'll actually get footage of, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't know, just come along with me. I'm just kind of taking this like little self-care moment and I'm super excited. I've got a lot of books I want to read. I've got some books I want to annotate. So I'm just gonna have a good time. So enjoy and let's get started. Okay, so quick update time. It's the second day of my vacation, and currently I'm just waiting on my sister to get off work, and then we're gonna go hang out, maybe do some thrifting. I'm super excited. So far, I have completed my first book, Scythe. I finished that earlier today, and I just started a little while ago this book, which is And the Mountains Echoed by Khaled Hosseini. I only got like maybe 40 pages in, if that, but I'm enjoying it so far. I'm gonna just read a little bit while I'm waiting for her to get off, and then we'll go from there. At the used bookstore that I went to earlier today, I found some really amazing things, so I will show you all in a bit my haul, but I'll probably combine it with whatever I end up getting today. So anyways, having a great time so far. I'm still like practicing harp and like trying to be productive while also on this like vacation, so it's been a good like way to still like have self-care but also be like productive at the same time. So far so good, having a great time, loving hanging out with my sister and brother-in-law in the evenings. I'm vibing. This is great. I'm finally back from my trip. So it was such a long time. I feel like those first initial clips I filmed so long ago because it was literally about 2 weeks ago. But it was such a fun time. And then of course, by the time my family arrived and joined me on our trip, it got way busier, and so I wasn't able to read as much. But I did finish both Scythe and The Mountains Echoed, which both of these were so good. This one, I would like to continue the series at some point. I'm not like immediately motivated to dive right back into this world, but I think if I come across the books for like, you know, a used book price, maybe somewhere in a thrift store, at a used bookstore, I will definitely get them and dive back into the series. And then this, And the Mountains Echoed, was such an interesting read for me because I feel like it was the most lyrical book of his that I've read. Both The Kite Runner and A Thousand Splendid Suns, even though it followed different characters, there was definitely more of a through line. And in this book, we just follow so many different characters and their points of view just kind of shift in and out without even really realizing. And so it did take me a little while to like get into the book. And once I realized that that is just the direction that the author took with this, then I kind of was just along for the ride. And by the end, I did cry a little bit, just a little bit, because it all kind of came full circle and everything just really came together. But I will say, it took me a little bit to get into this. And then I did start reading People We Meet on Vacation, but I literally only got like, maybe, let's see here, I got 27 pages in. But to be fair, I started reading this the day after my family arrived, and so from that point on, it was just kind of chaos, doing a lot of touristy things, not really a ton of moments to just sit and chill and read. So I do look forward to continuing this book, and I did go ahead and start another book that I had thrifted, which I'll show you in just a bit. But yeah, so did not get very far into this book at all, but still was a great time reading, and I'm going to show you my thrift finds, which I'm super excited about. Okay, let's get into the books that I thrifted. I'm super excited about this. I did thrift some other things as well, like some vinyl records and some clothes, but for this video, I'm just gonna strictly talk about the books. So 2 of my finds that I'm super excited about are actually from 2 separate stores, but they're basically the same thing, and that is first edition copies of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. This was such a fun find. I believe these are the UK covers. They also, I think, are obviously the Canada covers. So I don't know if the UK and Canada got the same covers. I don't actually know, but I do know that these were printed in Canada. And I know they are first editions. I did quite a bit of research, but let's also just talk about the fact that in Goblet of Fire, it does literally say first edition. Now, unfortunately, this one does have a signature on the front page, which does definitely take it down just a little bit in terms of any value I might get out of this book. But Deathly Hallows has completely clean, no markings whatsoever. So I look forward to either just holding on to these as kind of a part of a collection, but I am curious, and I think I may look into taking them to somebody that, you know, could really evaluate these for me and give me any sort of idea of, you know, if I can make any money off of these. If it's not going to be a huge amount, I would love to hold on to them, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like with books like this, you never know if they're worth anything. So I'm really excited about these. And then from the Renaissance Library Bookstore, which is basically a thrift store, but specifically for books, I got quite a few books. And I'm going to start off with a bigger version of Outlander, which is way floppier, and I just prefer having this size of book. And as you guys might know, Outlander's actually on my TBR for this month. But once I found this edition, I was just really, like, I just had to get it because I do prefer a bigger book, and if I'm going to be carrying it around with me, I just wasn't that excited about carrying around a mass market edition. So I'm really excited about this, and again, it was like $3, so definitely a well worth purchase for me. And then I got a few books that I had never heard of before, but the premise has really intrigued me, the covers intrigued me, and so I'm just kind of into them. The first one of these that I got is The Last Girl on Earth, and I actually went ahead and started reading this book, and I got about 120 pages in. Definitely YA, definitely very easy to read as far as I can tell. I don't know if this is a series or if it's just a standalone, but I'll probably finish this very soon. But yeah, so far just having a fun time with it. And then I got this book, which I'm sad it has a sticker on, but I'll try to get that off. And this is called The Queen of the Tearling. And I've never heard of this book before, but again, I'm loving fantasy right now, and the premise sounded really good. So I'm looking forward to getting into this. It might be a series, but either way, I think this sounds like a great book. I love finding books that I've just never heard of before. So hopefully this is great. I guess we'll see. The other book that I got from that thrift store was The Virgin Blue, which I believe is some sort of historical fiction mixed with modern day. So I guess I'll just kind of put this in the literary fiction category. Looks like a pretty short read. The premise really intrigued me and the cover is gorgeous. So again, I'm looking forward to getting into this, but I don't really know what to expect. And then the last book that I got from that thrift store is the first series of the Book of Lost Tales by J.R.R. Tolkien, technically also by Christopher Tolkien, who finished and completed this work and printed it. Whenever I find Tolkien in thrift stores, I have to get it. It's just kind of become a thing, and I did not own this copy. I have the second Book of Lost Tales, so I'm excited to now own the first. I've never read either of these, so I'm looking forward to getting into these after I do my complete reread of The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. And then from another thrift store, I had not great luck with quite a few of the thrift stores because a lot of books are actually in French in Montreal. And so I would find some books that I would love to read, but they were unfortunately in French and I cannot speak or read French. So that was a bummer, but it was so cool to see a lot of books that were available. But I did end up finding this book, which again, I've never heard of. It's called Not Without My Sister. And it's, I believe, either a biography or autobiography written by these three sisters who basically escaped a cult. And so I am very interested by this, and this would be only one of like 3 or 4 autobiographies that I've ever read in my life. So super excited about this one, trying to challenge myself to read more true stories, just kind of getting into that. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one. And then beyond that, like I said, I found some other cool thrift finds, including some vinyls and other things, but those are all the books I ended up thrifting. Everything was between $5, $6 and under, and that's in Canadian dollars, which means for US it's even cheaper. So I could kind of justify a lot of these purchases just by telling myself that it was actually cheaper. So kind of a bit of girl math, if you will. But yeah, so I'm really excited with a lot of these, and it was just so fun to go to different thrift stores and explore kind of what, you could find in another country. Okay guys, and I'm gonna go ahead and call it on today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed. This was super fun to just film and vlog, kind of this relaxing time that I got to have on vacation. So thanks for watching and coming along this fun journey with me. Hope you had a good time. Feel free to go follow my book talk account. I'll have that linked below. And yeah, do all the YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe if you want. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.